Good afternoon. My name is Miss Kelsie Miguel, and my topic for this prepared speech is your colleagues and you. Do you know that all teachers should treat their colleagues with respect and kindness? This question here, it begs us to take a minute and think if that's what we're doing as teachers. Because as teachers, we're all expected to treat our colleagues with respect and kindness. It doesn't matter when it comes to the race or religion, etc. So there should be a good relationship between your colleagues and you. Today, I will basically be elaborating about the code of conduct that governs teachers in Guyana, specifically between your colleagues and you. Some of the things that I will be elaborating about are the way you should treat your colleagues based on their status, based on their race, and also the way you should treat or respect those in authority over you. Firstly, teachers, you should treat your colleagues as professionally equals, regardless of their status. That means giving them the same level of respect, consideration, and opportunities. Let's say, for example, there is a staff meeting. We're talking about school and teachers, right? So there's a staff meeting in the school there. And the HM, he or she, wants to make a decision about something. So he or she now proposes an idea and is receiving feedback from the other teachers. He or she is receiving feedback from all the other teachers. But when it comes to this one teacher, and that teacher there wants to give his or her feedback, the HM told that teacher that the feedback won't be necessary or the feedback won't be important just because that teacher is an AT, means acting teacher. That is not the case. We're supposed to treat all our colleagues equally, regardless of their status. Let's say, for example, that table there torn now. Let's say that HM goes to a head teacher's meeting, and the officer there who is keeping that meeting also propose an idea because he or she wants to make a decision. And now he or she is asking for feedback from all the HMs. And when it comes to that same HM there, and he or she wants to give their feedback, that officer there told the HM that the feedback wouldn't be necessary or important because that HM there is not a graduate HM. How do you think that HM there will feel now? So you should all treat your colleagues equally, regardless of their status. That should not be the case. According to the Bible, in Matthew chapter 7, verse 12, in everything, do to others as you would have them do to you. Secondly, do not discriminate on grounds of race, color, creed, or national origin, meaning you should treat your colleagues fairly and equally, regardless of their race, skin color, religion, or nationality. According to Chase Gillespie, 2018, He stated that I think all people should be treated equally, regardless of whether their skin is white or purple or green or black. That means treat everyone the same. Let's say, for example, I am a teacher in a school, all right? And there's a new teacher that come in today. But now I am fair skin and that teacher there is dark skin, or as we say, black skin. Now I am saying, well, you know what? If that teacher comes to me to ask me to help her or to help him with anything, I am not helping because that teacher is black skin. That should not be the case. You should all treat them equally. Don't think about their skin color. Let's say another example. Let's say there's an Easter program and I'm in charge of the Easter program, and I get all the Christian teachers to do something. But now there is that one Hindu teacher that wants to do something. And here she comes to ask me because I'm in charge. And I said no, because you're not a Christian. That should not be the case. We should allow our colleagues to take part in whatever activity they want. We should not think about their religion. All right? Thirdly, respect the functional superiority of those set in authority over you. According to the psychologist Stanley Milgram, you should obey and cooperate with those in authority over you. Let's say, for example, in a school again, the HM, the supervisor, or the deputy HM, they come to ask you to do something and they give you a deadline. You should try to finish whatever they ask you to do and meet that deadline. If for some reason you don't understand, you have the right to go and ask them back to explain it a little to you, rather than just waiting for the deadline to meet, and when they come you're going to say, oh well, you didn't do anything because you didn't understand what you have to do. We should all respect them because they're over us. Do whatever they ask us to do. Let's say another example. I did whatever they asked me to do, but when they come to collect it or when I carry it, it's incorrect. I should never answer that person or talk back to that person when they're telling me that whatever I do is not correct. I should say, okay miss, or okay sir, I will do it back, or next time I will try to do better. I should never try to argue with that person in authority over me. According to the great Florence Miguel, never talk back at someone in authority over you. And if that person is quarreling you, never answer them back. All you have to do is say, okay sir, or okay miss. Nothing is hard to say that. In conclusion, you should treat your colleagues as professional equals, regardless of their status. And if you do that, it will foster a fair and respectful work environment, enhancing team cohesion and productivity. Secondly, do not discriminate on grounds of race, color, creed, or national origin. If you do that, it will foster diversity, etiquette, and inclusion in society and the workplace, which will be the school, that will also promote a harmonious and understanding community or environment. Thirdly, respect the functional superiority of those set in authority over you. That there will allow you to maintain a structure an efficient work environment, which will cultivate a culture of professionalism. Thank you.